Isik said, "Retirement is just withdrawing from the public's vision. That's because this aircraft is flying too fast, the flying cost is too high, and the noise of breaking through the sound barrier during flight is too loud, and ordinary people can't afford it." However, after retiring, 4 of the best in condition were bought by the world's top big families. After they were bought, these aircraft have always received the best maintenance. Charlie couldn't help but marvel. Unexpectedly, his grandfather still has such a big hand, and bought a Concorde airliner. But this also shows the extraordinary courage of the older generation of entrepreneurs. Regardless of the fact that a Concorde airliner may be extremely expensive, but with it, the father can be 2 or 3 times faster than others at the most critical moment. An ordinary business jet can fly at a maximum speed of 800 or 900 km per hour, but the Concorde can reach 2.5 times that. If there is a $1 billion order, waiting to be signed in the United States, and whoever can get the order soonest, then the Wade family must be the only one to get the order. Someone else's plane takes 11 or 12 hours to fly, while this plane only takes about 5 hours. In other words, he has already signed the contract before others arrive. 2 hours later, Charlie's plane had landed at Chungbaishan Airport. At this time, on the side of the runway, a helicopter was already waiting here. After Charlie got off the plane, he asked Isik, "Help me ask the airport staff if Wu's private plane has landed here." Isik hurriedly made a call with his mobile phone. After a while, he admired Charlie and said, "Mr. Wade, you are so knowledgeable. The airport tower has just received an application for an exclusive private jet. They will land in an hour, here." Charlie nodded in satisfaction. 1 hour's time advantage is enough. Let's go to the foot of Chongbai Mountain to see the scenery. Then he stepped into the helicopter that had been waiting for a long time. Isik, Mr. Orville and Liang also boarded the plane. The helicopter immediately climbed and flew towards the foot of Chongbai Mountain. The time at this moment was more than 4 o'clock in the morning, and because it was winter, there was no trace of the sky to light up at this time. However, a round of beautiful moon in the sky still clearly outlines the outline of the Earth. The helicopter flew out of the airport and passed over the city. Right in front of it was the majestic Chongbai Mountain. The outline of Chongbai Mountain under the moonlight is particularly clear. Because the whole mountain range is white, it looks very beautiful under the moonlight. 40 minutes later, the helicopter landed 1 kilometer outside the village. Mr. Orville had been to Chongbai Mountain once before, so he was somewhat familiar with the terrain here. He pointed to a snow-covered mountain road next to the plane and said to Charlie, "Mr. Wade, this is the only road into the mountain. If the 8 heavenly kings at home don't take a helicopter, they have only one way to come." Charlie nodded and said, "If that's the case, then we'll stay here and wait." Mr. Orville hurriedly said, "Mr. Wade, do you want to call all of our men here to help?" Charlie faintly spit out 2 words, "No need." Isik was somewhat worried about the safety of the young master, and couldn't help but said, "I also understand the 8 heavenly kings of the Wu family. They are indeed strong. You may not be their opponent. To be cautious, let's call some people over to help." Charlie waved his hand and said coldly, "To deal with today's matter, only the 4 of us are present, and only the 4 of us know about it. If anyone other than us knows, they will be punishable." The other 3 people looked horrified. They could hear the powerful pressure and the strong domineering from Charlie's words. It seems that Charlie wants to keep all the 8 heavenly kings here today. The 8 heavenly kings at this time just landed at Chongbai Mountain Airport. After the plane landed, the 8 people walked out of the plane and then left the airport directly through the normal passenger passage. They were not like Charlie. Charlie didn't go through the passenger passage at all, but took a helicopter off the runway. The main reason why they did not receive such treatment was that the Wu family had no influence here at all. The Wu family is a Urus Hill family. Although it is the so-called first family in Urus Hill, it is far behind the real top family. Their strength is mainly covered in the Urus Hill area, and they have begun to decline after crossing the north of the Yangtze River. And the strength gets weaker as it goes to the north, not to mention the Chongbai Mountain, which is so close to the north. However, although top families like the Wade family are Eastcliffe's family, their national development strategy, just like the United States Global Development Strategy, must be two words: comprehensive dominance. The United States is the global hegemony, and the Wade family is the national hegemony. For Wade family, it has the home field anywhere in the country. If Wade's family thought, they could kill the Wu family anytime in Suzhou, in the Wu family base camp. This is the embodiment of the strength of a top family. At this time, the 8 heavenly kings headed by Lin Yuan, after leaving the airport, saw 2 off-road vehicles parked at the airport gate. These 2 off-road vehicles were the drivers temporarily arranged by the Wu family. The Wu family has no influence here. The 16 people sent yesterday rented 5 off-road vehicles here before they went to rescue the Wei family and his son. This time, the Wu family rented 2 off-road vehicles at a high price online and let the 8 heavenly kings drive there in person.